hosts, Maurice and Maurice Peterson.
How are you doing? I'm Jimmy Falcone, but I'm in Canada to save my family and to be safe from the feds to wound up to here.
Mine Miss Houston. Empire State.
By what abbreviation is a compact disc commonly known? Called CDEs, COD, CD. You have just won 100 pounds. By what alternative name is Manchester International Airport sometimes known? Ringside, Ringway, Ring Bar, Ringmaster. Well done. You have just won 200 pounds. Which of these is a slang term for a mean person? Cheap haddock, cheap mackerel, cheap shark, cheapskate. Nice, that's the correct answer. You have 300 pounds. What would be used to boost an electrical signal? Amplifier, amphetamine, amphitheater, ambrosia. You have just won 500 pounds. Who won favorite novelty song with the cheeky song at the 2003 National Music Awards? The Naughty Girls, the Cheeky Girls, the Wicked Girls, the Saucy Girls. That's the correct answer. You are now guaranteed 1,000 pounds. Which of these types of beer is normally the lightest in color? Lager, stout, mild, porter. That is the right answer. That is 2,000 pounds. Into which ocean does the U.S. resort of Cape Cod extend? Arctic, Pacific, Atlantic, India. You have just won 4,000 pounds. Which of these has advertised Chicken Tonight on TV? Ally McCoist, Kevin Keegan, Ian Wright, Paul Gascoigne. Correct. That is 8,000 pounds in the bag. In which year was the last successful invasion of Britain? 1914, 1812, 1066, 55 BC.
I'm Cookie. Have you saw Jimmy Falcone a few minutes ago? I just want to say I love her, and he is the best father ever.
My name is Bigby.
Which disease devastated livestock across the UK during 2001? Foot and mouth. Hand to mouth. You have just won 100 pounds. And by what alternative name is Manchester International Airport sometimes known? Ringside, Ringway, Ring Bar, Ringmaster. Well done. You have just won 200 pounds. Which of these is a slang term for a mean person? Cheap haddock, cheap mackerel, cheap shark, cheapskate. Nice, that's the correct answer. You have 300 pounds. Someone capable is said to have a safe pair of hands, feet, ears. You have just won 500 pounds. To what did the tennis player Billie Jean Moffitt change her surname when she married? Earl, Prince, Queen, King. That's the correct answer. You are now guaranteed 1,000 pounds to using Botox injections, but gave them up because they made his eyebrows droop. David Beckham, Prince Charles, Cliff Richard, John Prescott. That is the right answer. That is 2,000 pounds. The taking apart of a set once filming is finished is known as a strike, clash, wipe, knock. have just won £4,000. Which of these authors was not sent to prison? Brendan Behan, Agatha Christie, John Bunyan, Oscar Wilde. That is £8,000 in the bag. What name is given to the German Air Force? Messerschmitt, Panzer, Luftwaffe, Blitzkrieg. You have just won £16,000. Who is not one of the Arquette acting siblings? Patricia, Rosanna, Matthew, Alexis. Correct. You are now guaranteed £32,000. Vesper is an archaic term for which time of day? Night, noon, evening, morning. Yes, that's the right answer. You have just won ship known as a ULCC would usually carry which commodity? Oil, torpedoes, coal, wheat. You have just won £125,000. Which Russian novelist wrote the Gulag Archipelago? Solzhenitsyn, Tolstoy, Pasternak, Pushkin. That is the right answer. You have just won £250,000. Cerulean Merlot? Blue, white, yellow, red. Correct. You have just won £500,000. Which country is the city of Mandalay? India, Myanmar, Pakistan, Singapore. You have just won £1 million.
My name is Abby.
Gina here. I am the bad and the good at the same time like this. Give me something to puncture with.
I'm Carrie. I'm Hall.
I am Special Agent Straight McCool. I am part of the RCMP, but I'm saving Jimmy and his family for now.
I might.
One player played the perfect game, and that one is Big B, who received £1,000,000 and won the Rainbow Ring and the Golden for perfect game. And our episode score is $1.2 million, 1,285,000 points. We'll be back for right more next time on Rainbow Mass.